If it fixes itself, there we go. In the top right-hand side, he is a Azure player representing Vietnam and Team Jiggly in the red. It's MeomaikA. And his opponent in the bottom left, representing LG Cans. He is the blue Terran player from Straya. He's Azure. So we do another TVZ. And it does seem to be opening pretty standardly once again so far. We haven't seen what MeomaikA is going to do. He did open pool first in his last couple of series. And Azure possibly didn't have time to watch them. It is going to be a hatch versus time from MeomaikA. Going to mix it up a little bit just in case his opponent was aware of what is going on. It's definitely not my Discord you can hear, right? Can you hear my Discord? I can't hear my Discord. Just so you guys know, Creighton will be joining us later today for the EU side of things. We are starting off doing the OCE, and then we'll be doing Taiwan, Hong Kong, and then Creighton will be joining us. So this will be the final series for me of Group B. After this series, I believe I will be moving on to Group A. We will have to wait and see. Now we are seeing a pool come down here. It is not going to be a third before Queens, and that is exactly what Azure is looking for. Azure has gone for the standard Reaper expand into a command center on the low ground. Everything is very normal in this game so far. We've really not seen anything exceptional. 4 Lings is relatively standard. Sometimes you only see 2. I remember Snoop used to like to make 6, so you could get out on the map, especially if a map had a Zelnaga watchtower. Azure now seeing that the third has come down later than what it would be if it was queenless, is now going to move away. Reaper will come in now for the proper scout. He's going to try and harass one of these drones, maybe able to get it. In fact, no, wasn't able to get the pathing quite there to block. Now the 2 Lings and the Queen will pop in the main. The Queen will pop in the natural very shortly. So choosing to move down. And he will be pushed off. We should see the third taken. I'd have guessed relatively. No! You know when you say something, then you're like, I'm wrong.
Our forces have opened fire.
So Azure has not been able to identify so far that this is a Roach Warren opening. The Lings coming across the map, of course, with a bit of hassle too. Just chasing down an SCV, forcing the Reaper back home, and this is all going to lead to a little bit of confusion. This is going to be the same push that MeomaikA did in Game 1 versus Sifa, where it didn't work out for him. He did a lot of damage, but he wasn't able to end the game with it, and that allowed Sifa to turtle, get stronger. Seeing some cute micro using the red reads here to block the vision, and get those 3 auto-attack resets. Reaper moving across right now. He's going to move to the third. There is no third. He just missed the roaches coming in. There's no bunker. There's only Hellions. And I can promise you that even though they have these sick Mad Max skins, Hellions are really not very good against roaches. So we can see Azure now going in just to find out exactly what this is. Is it 2-base muta or anything like that? But no, there are not going to be any mutmuts in this game so far. It is just going to be roaches now coming into the natural. Bunker is not done and will not be done anytime soon. This is going to immediately force a takeoff of the natural. Workers will fall. We'd expect to see probably 6 plus 8 even. SCVs pulling to hold at the top of the ramp. 7 have now gone down, but that number is only going to grow. As you can see, 8, 9. I'd expect to see a good 12 or 13 before all is done. A Viking has come in as well, but a Viking cannot hit these roaches on the ground, meaning these roaches will continue to rain fire. Now there are Lings coming in. There are Ravagers being morphed in to start really breaking away at everything that's going on. The command center is still producing SCVs and trying to rally them elsewhere, but unfortunately that's not going to work out. And now as Ravagers start bombarding down on top of the supply depot and the workers, these repairs are becoming more and more risky, and eventually it does look like Sifa may well hold. Oh my god, he's going to try and break out. The stones on this kid. Okay. Sifa, I mean Azure. Sorry, I apologize. I'm still in the last series. Guys, stick with me if I make a couple of mistakes. There was no plan for me to cast this until 12 hours ago when I was just going to bed. So I didn't have time to do my regular research. I know these players to a degree, but I don't know them that well. This isn't a region I usually cover because they're upside down on the opposite side of the planet. Upgrades on the way here for MeomaikA. We do have a Liberator being produced right now for Azure. He could well use that on the offense if he chooses. The Ravagers are going to finally go down to these Hellions and Marauder. Strange little hit squad we have here. So Liberator production is continuing. Here for our Terran player, he is getting Stim and we'll be playing Bio off the back of this. We are seeing 1-1 now coming for Zerg. As he adds more lings, more queens. Lots of queens this game, which I much prefer. Going up to 5, 6, 7. Get some creep going, Meo. It didn't work out for you not having it in game in the first series of the day. He does spot the Liberator, which is a very helpful spot. Now means he will be able to, if he chooses to get spores, put them in those better positions. Instead of the Cloak Banshee positions, he puts them slightly off to an angle, allows them to block the Liberator a little better. He does need one in the natural. It looks like he's forgoing that for now. The natural is going to be pretty hard for the Liberator to get to, but if he can get up in this position, this is very frustrating, as is this. We are seeing Hellions now run towards the third. There is a pretty decent defense here, though, so they shouldn't be able to find much. A couple of Cocoons, the Ravagers, and they will now back out. Viking is up here as well. Just looking for Overlords. There are no Overlords on the map. MeomaikA are doing a great job of keeping them alive. Worker count 55 in favour of the Zerg to the 41 of our Terran. That's a pretty substantial number. With mules coming in, of course, it's not massive, but oh, that number's about to go down. This is very scary. This is so many Hellions getting into the main. There are a lot of workers here. You can see a few will go down. The Lings will finally come in and get this around. Actually, a good defense here. Despite it, 5 workers, that could have been much, much worse. Viking continuing to shark, seeing what it can find. The 4th base is going down. And we are seeing MeomaikA move out once again with a 4 Ravager hit squad. Not the most typical hit squad, but again, I like it. Lair has just finished off for our Zerg player here. And he is going to throw down an infestation pit. Is MeomaikA going to be going quick 5? 1-1 on the way for Terran. It is going to be later, of course. As this push is going to start doing a bit of damage here. MeomaikA doing a good job killing batteries throughout his first series and now throughout this game too. Azure did sort of over... I say that batteries, I mean depots. Azure did over depot slightly, so it's not the end of the world. 3 queens out on the map. Not sure what their purpose is. Again, there's no creep. Finally, some will be spread, but it's very slow here from the Vietnamese Zerg player. Who is now going to take his 5th, so the double expand. This is something I've seen Rotterdam talk about liking a lot. Is quite often when you're playing against a Terran, they are going to snipe or really commit to sniping your 4th. So just have 2 of the 4ths, and then they can't do both. And you won't end up as behind if they do get that successful snipe. So I'm a big fan of this here from MeomaikA. If Azure is to commit with Marine Tank and push up, he will probably do so towards the central base here. And then this base can just sit relatively safe. Now, I still do think it relies on good creep spread, which is now starting to come in. You can see he is working on it that little bit more. Creep is now actively moving throughout the middle. Across a couple of tunnels here, but nothing that is going to change the game just yet. You do see the first 8 Marine drop now lined up. Of course, Stim is done, 1-1 is done. Combat shield's done. So these are some scary Marines if you can get into a mineral line. Hive is finishing. This is the quickest hive I've seen in a considerable amount of time, in fact. And what is the option going to be? Is it just going to be for very fast free upgrades? That's highly possible, I think. We may see adrenal glands come out, lots and lots of lings and free alongside banelings, and that is exactly what it is going to be. This is a fun build here from MeomaikA. He's going to have to defend this drop that is coming in. He is very out of position, actually. All of his army is down to the very south. So this drop is going to end up being a pain in the arse to deal with. Now, he still has a very healthy army. And a very, very quick army, very elusive army that can get back and deal with this when the time does come. You see, drones will fall, though, in the main. The main is going to have to be completely abandoned for now. It will be cleaned up eventually by these lings, but a nice position here, a nice hold position within the mineral line. Means Azure will save 6 of those 8 Marines, and they still have a lot of pressure and potential going forward in the match. MeomaikA's upgrade's really kicking in, though. He's going to be very, very strong. You can see it is 2-2 against 1-1, and 3-3 is already on the way for our Zerg player. Guys, you may see a couple of small spikes. As far as I'm aware, the players have not felt any of these. It is just because I am on servers at the other side of the world. Occasionally there's a little bit of spike to catch up. But no, the players are not feeling any lag. No one has complained to me about anything. I have like 300 ping to the server, so... It's all good. We turned our graphics down a little, and if it carries on with FPS lag, I may turn them down a little more. I like to have them relatively high when I commentate, because it looks good. StarCraft's a beautiful game, even though it's 10 bloody years old. We do have a drop once again coming into the main. Going to find more and more workers here. It gets a couple, but this is now finally going to be completely cleared up. 3 drones go down. A total worker killed these games of 13, and 10 across the other side. Oh my lord, look at this army of MeomaikA, but again, he's trying. Bless him. Sifa now moving out as well. That is so many Marines. What are we looking at? 41 Banelings, 71 Marines. This is going to come down to the micro in the fight. You can see Azure is pushing out now. He's moving towards the creek, looking to see what he can find. You can see the army now of our Zerg player is posturing. No 360. Yes, we do have the 360 push coming in. There's so many Marines that are going to need to find it. The tanks are all going to siege up. Banelings coming in from both sides. This could be an absolute massacre. Ling's trying to split, but it looks like MeomaikA may be able to take this. I don't know, actually. There are a good few Marines in the back. The tanks will go down. A very even fight when all is said and done. Both players losing a lot of units. MeomaikA, though, able to reproduce much quicker because he's 70 Lings in the production tab here for the Vietnamese player. Meanwhile, 23 workers went down to a counter-attack we missed. I'm sorry, I was focusing on the main fight. Titanus plating on the way. Do we have Ultralisks yet? No. Interesting. Get that upgrade, dude. Get that bread. So the Ultralisk upgrade is done, meaning these Ultras are free with cutting his plating, making them 3-5, 3-6, whatever it is. Current's too hard for me. See another fight coming in here. Some Baneling teams will be cancelled, but there's no tanks really to deal with all of these Lings. These Lings are going to run havoc here at this base. The planetary will go down, and I think MeomaikA just has a little bit too much. He's producing so many more Lings. He doesn't move his army for a few seconds and loses a bit. But MeomaikA's economy is great. He's at 80 workers, producing 3,500, 600 minerals a minute. Look at the difference in economy. He's now getting 8 Ultralisks. The tank count is low. The Marauder count is squat at only 3. And I think MeomaikA put himself in a great position now to move forward. To continue his fight in this bracket. The king of the Isles of Ai tournament as well. In the Vietnamese scene. I think he's won like 104 of them or something ridiculous. Anabolic Synthesis finishing up. That is going to be those big boy quick Ultralisks. It's not an upgrade we get to see so much these days. So they are now going to be moving faster. We do have a big Ling counter-attack and it's going to get into their natural. This is devastating right now. Ultralisk going to move in. They catch all the tanks. A GG coming in from Azure. And MeomaikA takes game 1. Looks very strong in that game. Complaints to a meal. You're funny. Guys, thanks for all being here. I know it could be early in the day. It is a weekday. It's a school day, as my mum would say. We will be here for a long time. Make sure you're checking out the main stream as well. Maynard, Zeph, and Pilly. So map 2 is going to be Ice and Chrome. Chrome and Ice. I need to change the server. Give me 1 second. Australia. My ping to Australia's gone down. That's nice. Create with mod. Game up. Good. We're doing okay. So let me invite the players. Azure. MeomaikA. Thank you everyone that's following as well. We don't have notifications, of course, this is a DreamHack stream, but we are really, really appreciative. Oh, Zeph just followed. What a legend. Make sure you guys are checking out that main stream, as I said. Zeph, Maney, and Pilly, I believe is the name. Thank you for slaying it over there. Send all complaints, yeah. If there's any FPS lag, send it to Emil. He lives in London these days. What a champion. We are now moving in to map 2. No downtime here. As we move on. And let's update the score. In the top right, playing for LG Cairns, he is the red Zerg player from Australia. It's Azure. Currently trailing. And the leader in this series so far, playing for Jiggly, the Vietnamese Zerg player in blue. It's MeomaikA. So MeomaikA's aggression paying off in that first game. He did manage to do a lot of damage in the natural and then move it forward into just having a good game. Economically, he got very ahead and was able to close it out with that very quick hive. 3-3 Adrenal Grand Lings. Just tore through the forces of his opponent. We are seeing a Reaper expand once again here from Azure. MeomaikA looking like he is going to be opened up so far with a hatchery. Nope, just kidding. It is going to be a pool. So MeomaikA going to be slightly aggressive again. He's not overly committing to this. It is just a 17 pool. An 18 pool even. So it's just going to be pool expand. Means he'll have a couple of lings out a little bit earlier to deal with things like the Reaper, and if there were to be any very early aggression here from Azure, MeomaikA would be prepared. It seems to be his stylistic choice here. First SCV coming out, he is going to head to find out what is going on to make sure there is an expansion. It is well timed, and that nothing suspicious is going to be happening over towards the third base. Going to pippity pop his head in right now and see that there is a pool already done, and the first couple of units are being produced. Make sure what's going on. There is going to be 4 lings. They may well get the kill here. They should do if they chase. And there we go. That is exactly what is going to go down. So first blood here for MeomaikA. First Reaper is now moving out. As we can see, the command center is on the low ground. It's going to be a Marine before we see any add-ons to the barracks with a factory behind it. So we will see a reactor go down on this barracks immediately following this Marine, I imagine, to complete the wall and also to begin the swap over to the factory to produce those reactor Hellions and get map control. Zergling speed on the way. We're seeing more queens being added here from MeomaikA. The early game, very standard, very solid. Command center will be finishing up quickly. This is going to go by relatively unharassed as MeomaikA takes the high ground, gets a decent amount of information here. But nothing massive. And we're just going to see drone, drone, drone. Drone City, baby. Game of drones. Liquid Rat here from MeomaikA. Knowing that there's nothing massively scary coming his way in the foreseeable future. He's just going to try and power up into the 30s, towards the 40s. As he takes his third base. Again, it's a little late. MeomaikA does seem to take these bases a bit later in favour of a couple more units, a couple more drones. Reaper is going to come in, be annoying. May get a drone here. Nope, it's going to hippity hop into that Spore Crawler and it will survive. Queen in the main will push back this Reaper. I don't expect the Reaper to die. Actually, I changed my mind. The Reaper's dead. Metabolic boost finishing as well, so even if the Reaper had managed to be a little bit sneaky there, I think he would have been caught. Spore Crawler needs to be cancelled. No, he does let it complete. I mean, it's not the end of the world to have a Spore at this point. It's a bit early for any harassment. And here comes the Thunder. We are going to have some fun here. There's going to be a Battlecruiser opening hit from Azure, mixing it up from game 1, where he went through a Viking into Liberators. And the Liberators not really finding anything in that game. A couple of Lings are going to run in to try and save that Overlord Daddy, but he does end up going down. The Rat's actually floating over to get that information. That's pretty cute. But it does give away that you're not producing from it, of course. MeomaikA is supply blocked right now. He's going up to lair quickly. But I don't think he can have Corruptors or anything in time for a Battlecruiser. So he's going to have to rely on Queens, of which he only has 2. He's now losing a few drones in the mineral line. These Reactor Hellions have got in 5. Not bad. Exact same as last game. How many Hellions was it? Was that 4? Yeah, 4 Hellions for 5 drones. Not great. I do think 8 is sort of the number you're looking for, and you can see by the resources lost that it does slightly favour the Zerg in terms of absolute total. A little bit of gas expunged here to get that going, but the first battlecruiser is on the way. Spire is down. It is a very, like a 2-base muta build here from MeomaikA. He's not mining from the third. I like to see this. It's a lot of European Zergs in GM do like to do this. Some of the ones that you don't know maybe as well. You see it every now and then. It's a bit of a Bly build too. I've seen Bly pull this out every now and then. Hallion's doing a pretty good job here of cleaning up some Lings. Actually, Ling's doing a better job of cleaning up some Hellions right now. You can see workers are going down as well. There's very little left. MeomaikA's just found a huge opening. Look at all these SCVs that are about to go down. This battlecruiser is going to need to do some work. Because 16 SCVs have just gone down. The wall is in tatters. I think Azure's in big, big trouble. He's down to 26 workers. He's trying to produce more, but these guys are just going to die. More Lings coming across the map as well to keep this pressure up. The battlecruiser is out, and it is across the map. Now, there isn't much of an answer for this battlecruiser, so this is going to be able to even up some damage for certain. He is now going to start firing away. He's going to take down overlords, a few drones to start things off. One queen cannot win this fight. Like, 3 queens can't win this fight. Queen 1 going down. This battlecruiser is tearing things up. Finally, it looks like the natural will be cleaned up here. So many workers have died across the board. Another one goes down. There's one spore crawler here, but even the battlecruiser won't mind that. Corruptor's finally coming out. Will help clean this battlecruiser up. And let's look at the lay of the land. MeomaikA is at 41 workers. He knows it is over. And MeomaikA takes the series